Welcome back, guys. अब हम करेंगे टर्निंग इफेक्ट ऑफ फोर्स क्वेश्चन 7 ऑफ पेपर 2 फिजिक्स ओ लेवल फिजिक्स के पेपर 2 question 7. Let's start. Figure 3.1 shows part of a hydraulic press that is used to compress waste paper into a brick. Hydraulic press का main purpose क्या होता है? It's to press things, it's to compress things, right? आपने वो hydraulic press की वीडियोस देखी ही होंगी. It's used to crush things. और like satisfaction videos पता नहीं क्या होता है. A force of 20 newtons is exerted downwards on the end of the end of the handle. Idhar 20 newtons. The force on the handle creates a moment about the pivot. Of course, this is the pivot. Remember, उन्होंने खुद ही specify किया हुआ है कि that this is the pivot. Define the moment of a force. Moment का formula क्या था? Force into perpendicular distance. Very simple. Force into parallel distance किसका होता है? It's for the work done. So you have to remember these two things. Work into force into parallel distance. Agar this is the force, so the distance which will be taken will be this distance. ठीक है ना? So force into perpendicular distance will be the moment, while the force into parallel parallel distance will be work done. Explain why the force exerted on piston P is greater than the force exerted on the handle. He is saying the force exerted on piston P, which is the force from the water. Because for the system to stay like this without any changes in the direction or the rotation, there needs to be an equal force. And this is creating an anti-clockwise moment, right? This is creating an anti-clockwise moment. While this is creating a clockwise moment. ठीक है ना? This is creating a clockwise moment, the force by the water, and this is creating an anti-clockwise moment. So let's consider two things. There are two things which we have to consider while calculating the moment. Is one is force, other one is distance. The more distance there will be, the more force there will be, right? The more distance there will be, the more moment there will be. Sorry. So yeah. So the more distance there will be, the more moment there will be. So on a larger distance, less force will be required than on a smaller distance. Do you agree with that? On a larger distance, less force is required than on a smaller distance. जो distance between pivot and piston P का जो line of action है, force की जो line of action है, the perpendicular distance उसका इधर से इधर तक का होगा. While on the other hand, इस force का 20 न्यूटन वाली force का perpendicular distance होगा from here to here. किसका डिस्टेंस ज्यादा है? 20 न्यूटन का डिस्टेंस ज्यादा है, राइट? तो लेट्स कंसिडर के this is 10 newtons and this is 50 newtons, 10 centimeter and this is 50 centimeters. Just for explanation sake, this is 50 centimeter and this is 10 centimeter. तो हम क्लॉकवाइज को एंटी क्लॉकवाइज रख देते हैं. 10 into, let's label this as f. 10 into f will be equals to anti-clockwise moment will be 20 into we labeled this as 50. Acha, this will be 1000. So the force F will be equal to, if we multiply 20 into 50 we'll get 1000, and if we divide 1000 by 10 we'll get 100 newtons. So as we can see, if we give them like in a similar proportions to the real actual image, अगर हम उनको distances दें तो it shows that the force F will be much greater than this force because the distance is smaller. And another great thing, a great quote, give me a place to stand and a lever long enough. and I will move the world. This was a quote कि अगर you have a liver long enough, you can lift anything, right? अगर आपके पास this is a liver of 100 500 centimeters, 500 kilometers कर लेते हैं. This is a lever of 500 kilometers and you're applying a force of 1 Newton. 1 Newton. So how many newtons of how much moment will be produced? Moment that will be produced is अगर ये इसकी the moment which is going to be produced is moment is equals to force which is 1 into 500,000 meters. So if you have a long enough lever, you can virtually lift up anything. So the moment will be 500,000 Newton meter with a single Newton of force. That is a very interesting fact. So yeah, I thought I should share that. So force into distance. अच्छा ये ले लेते हैं. Smaller distance to pivot than. Although it was a very easy question, but I wanted to, conceptualize करवा दो सब कुछ समझा दूं सही तरह से ताकि बार बार रिपीट ना होना पड़े. Explain how the hydraulic press enables a greater force to be exerted on piston Q than is exerted on piston P. अच्छा अगर आपने प्रेशर में पढ़ा ही हो प्रेशर के चैप्टर में कुछ प्रेशर का चैप्टर कुछ आई थिंक इट इज चैप्टर 8. अगर आपने उसमें पढ़ा ही हो पास्कल्स प्रिंसिपल अगर पास्कल्स प्रिंसिपल आपने पढ़ा हो तो दैट स्टेट्स के the pressure is equally transmitted in all directions of liquid, right? Pressure is equally distributed. जितना इधर प्रेशर है उतना इधर प्रेशर है. ठीक है ना. सो द ओनली थिंग विच इज चेंजिंग इज द एरिया. इसका जो एरिया है इट इज मच लार्जर देन इसका एरिया. तो अगर हम ये लगा लें प्रेशर इज इक्वल्स टू फोर्स डिवाइडेड बाय एरिया. वी हैव प्रेशर विच इज कांस्टेंट. तो अगर एरिया ज्यादा होगा. अच्छा पहले देख लेते हैं प्रेशर इनटू एरिया इज इक्वल्स टू एफ. तो जितना बड़ा एरिया होगा उतनी ज्यादा फोर्स होगी, राइट? जितना बड़ा एरिया होगा उतनी ज्यादा फोर्स होगी. ऑल्दो द प्रेशर इज केप्ट कांस्टेंट, द एरिया ऑफ पिस्टन Q is much larger than the area of piston P. That enables us to figure out that the force on piston Q is much larger than the force on piston P. This is the Pascal's principle. So you have to remember this. The Pascal's principle is the pressure is equally transmitted in all directions through a fluid. So yeah, I think this was enough for this question, like way too much for this question. Also assuming what the like marks are for the question. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Allah Hafiz. I also wanted to show you this image. It is a very interesting image. इसमें दिखाया हुआ है एक 100 kilograms का mass एक साइड पे रखा हुआ है but the distance is very small. But एक 5 kilograms का mass एक साइड पे रखा हुआ है but the distance is very large. So it doesn't matter how large the mass is. The only thing which matters is how much the distance is, right? So that is another thing I wanted to show because it's very interesting. So thank you for watching. Allah Hafiz.